Boys and girls, today we're going to learn a new workplace for a math game called Make the Sum. And in this game, here are the instructions. Each pair of players needs one deck of number cards to share with the wild cards removed. You don't have to get that because you're playing the digital version. You will need your own journal and a pencil. So either you're playing this by yourself against an imaginary partner, or you're playing it with a brother, sister, mom, dad, uncle, and you'll each need a journal or a piece of paper and a pencil. 1, together players choose a target number between 10 and 15. Then each player writes the number at the top of the page. As you can see here in your journal, you'll write down the date, then the game, Make the Sum, and then you'll put your target number. They, in the example, chose the number 10. 2, one player places 16 cards from the deck face down in the 4x4 array. Then the players decide who will go first. I'll show you what that looks like on the next page. 3, the first player turns over 2 cards from the 4x4 array. If the numbers on the 2 cards add up to the target number, in the example they chose 10, the player keeps the cards and writes an equation in their journal to show the 2 numbers and the sum. If the numbers do not add up to the target number, which in this example is 10, the player can turn over another card until the sum is equal to or greater than the target number. Okay, so you could even turn over 3 cards while you're trying to make the sum. If the sum is equal to the target number, the player gets to keep all of those cards and write an equation in their journal to show how they made the sum. If the sum goes over the target number, though, the player turns all the cards back over, right in the spot where they were. And I'll show you that on the next page. If you take some of the cards because you made the sum, players will replace any cards taken so that there are still 16 cards face down. Then the next player gets their turn. The game continues until all the cards are gone or until there are no more combinations that add up to the target number. So let me show you what that looks like on the next page. As you can see right here, there is a deck of cards and it has the word pick. Okay. When you click on pick, a card will come up and you can place it in one of these squares in the array. As you can see, it says place cards here. See that? So each time you click pick, it gives you a card, then you simply drag it and place it into the array. Over here, I've shown you where I've already clicked and placed all of the cards in the array, so I'm ready to begin. You'll see on this page, it shows a blank journal page. On my example that I already have set up, I've already written down the date, 9/21/20, and the name of the game, Make the Sum. Then I chose a target number with me and my imaginary partner, and the target number is 13. That's my target number right here, 13. So I'm going to model for you how to play the game, either with your imaginary friend or with a family member or friend that's at your house, okay? First, you click on a card and you'll see the arrow appears to show you that you can flip it over. I flipped over the number 7. I have to try to make the sum 13, so I'm hoping I flip over another card that helps me make the sum 13. Let's see, I click on another card and my number is 8. Let's see, I know my doubles fact, 7 and 7 is 14, and 8 is 1 more than 7, so I know 7 plus 8 equals 1 more than 14, 15. My target number was 13. These are too much. The sum is too large. So I just click that arrow to turn each card back over. I did not make the sum, so I turned the cards back over. Now it's my imaginary friend's turn. So they're going to click on a card and click on the arrow. They got a 5. I'm trying to make the sum 13. So I hope I click a card that helps me make 13. That partner clicks on the number 8. Okay, so I'm going to use make a 10 to help me solve this because 8 and 5 is tricky. So I'm going to say, let's see here, 5 plus, I know 8 is really made up of a 5 and a 3, right? That equals 8. So now I'm going to use splitting, and I'm going to take the 5 and the 5 to make a 10. That's our make a 10 fact. And I've still got a 3 left over. So 10 plus 3 is equal to 13, which, oh my gosh, is my target number. Because I have gotten the target number, my imaginary partner has, they get to actually pull those cards off the deck and keep them in their pile. Okay, so here's my imaginary friends pile. We're going to call them Mr. Bun. That's my imaginary friend. Over here, this will be my pile, Mrs. Burns. It is a little bit hard to write with the mouse on the computer. So there's my pile. I played around before you were here. And there's Mr. Bun's pile. Okay, so here we go. I'm about to take my turn, Mrs. Burns. Oh, before I can, I need to replace a card in those empty slots, right? So that we can continue to play the game. Okay, so it's my turn, Mrs. Burns. I'm trying to make the sum 13. Ooh, I've drawn a 7. And I'm going for 13. Let's see what I can do. Ooh, I know my doubles fact, 7 and 7 equals 14. That's too high for my sum of 13. So I simply turn each card back over. Now it's Mr. Bun's turn. Ooh, a 6. Mr. Bun is smart, and he knows that if 7 and 7 is 14, he knows 6 is 1 less than 7. So 7 and 6 would be 1 less than 14. That would equal 13, which is our target number. So Mr. Bun yet again gets to pull those cards off the deck and keep them. And before we continue play, you simply pick more cards and place them into the deck. Now, if you need to remember any of the rules, you simply click back on the first page and you can read through the rules again. Remember, the game continues until all the cards are gone or until there are no more combinations that add up to the target number. So that is how you play the game Make the Sum. When you do get a match that adds up to the sum, make sure you record the equation in your notebook. That's the one thing I haven't done yet because Mr. Bun kept winning, not Mrs. Burns. So I haven't gotten to record a sum. But here's the round I played before you got here. I pulled a 10 and a 3, which equaled my target sum. So when it's my turn and I've hit the target sum, I want to make sure to record the equation in my notebook. So I'm going to write 10 plus 3 equals 13 when I hit the target sum on my turn. Your partner can write the sum in their notebook or on their page when they've made the sum. Does that make sense? Okay, everybody, I hope you have fun playing Make the Sum. This game looks really fun to me. Have a good time.